Hello everybody. Now in this video we are going to see the impact of zonal architecture on ADAS functionality. Okay, in the previous videos I clearly extolled the advantages of zonal architecture and how and why zonal architecture is becoming the most popular architecture in automobiles nowadays. Now how does this zonal architecture affect the ADAS functionalities and the various ADAS features? Now, just to set the context, we'll just see the overview of domain versus zonal architecture. Domain architecture means it is the traditional domain architecture. Each ECU is dedicated to specific functions such as powertrain, infotainment, or ADAS, and this results in complex network of potentially over 100 ECUs, each with its own wiring and communication protocols, primarily relying on control area network. Primarily, the communication protocol for this 100 plus ECUs is CAN network. Okay, though this is something I touched upon, so to avoid the duplicity, the only limitation of this architecture it is increased weight, complexity, and difficulty in integrating new features due to rigid feature structure of the dedicated ECUs. Okay, so let me further breeze through what is this zonal architecture. Zonal architecture consolidates multiple functions into powerful ECUs known as zonal controllers or super cores or high performance computers strategically placed in different zones of the vehicle. And this approach utilizes high speed automotive Ethernet with time sensitive networking to facilitate real time communication and data transfer between components. Now, by group, this is important. As I said, zonal architecture means you divide the automobile into various zones. For example, rear left zone, rear right zone, middle left zone, middle right zone, and depending upon the necessity, the ECUs are distributed in the zones, and this has drastically shown improvement in the weight, improvement in the complexity, and also improvement in the latency. All right. To continue further, the transition from here I'll explain more elaborately. Now, transition from domain architecture to zonal architecture in automotive design significantly impacts advanced driver assistance systems functionality. And this shift reflects a broader trend towards more efficient, flexible, and scalable vehicle architectures. All right, understand this sentence very carefully. This shift reflects a broader trend towards more efficient, flexible, and scalable vehicle architectures. Okay, what is the main impact? The impact is improved data management and processing. Okay, this centralized computing, because of centralized computing, zone architecture centralizes data processing through high performance computing units which handle complex tasks such as sensor fusion and AI based perception necessary for ADAS functionalities. Now, this allows for more efficient data management and reduces latency. This is very important. In ADAS, where milliseconds and microseconds matter, this reducing latency is the biggest advantage. Now, coming to the enhanced scalability and flexibility, because of the modular design, the modular nature of the zonal architecture supports a service-oriented architecture, allowing OEMs to develop software components that can be easily updated or replaced without overhauling the entire system. This flexibility is crucial for rapidly evolving ADAS technologies. All right, so easily updatable, easily scalable without overhauling the entire system. Now, this is important. So, whenever there is some improvement, if you need to overhaul the entire system, it is going to be very complicated, very cumbersome, and very expensive, of course. So, because of the modular design, the flexibility is whenever there is some improvement, you can easily update in a flexible manner without developing the entire system from the scratch. This is a huge advantage. Now, coming to the reduced complexity and the weight. Coming to complexity, the biggest advantage is, of course, simplified wiring. By minimizing the number of ECUs and consolidating functions into zonal controller, the overall wiring complexity is significantly reduced. This not only lowers manufacturing costs but also contributes to weight savings, which is particularly beneficial for electric vehicles where weight directly affects the range. So, this sentence actually this is for sake of this reason. For sake of this reason, this advantage of the this is one of the main advantage of the modification from domain to ADAS architecture. And lighter the vehicle, the more easily the vehicle will respond, thereby enabling ADAS systems to respond in a quicker manner. Okay, so this is how the reduced complexity and weight will be beneficial for the ADAS functionalities. Now, support for software defined vehicles. Alright, when it comes to software defined vehicles, this continuous updates, in the sense zonal architecture facilitates over the air updates and firmware modifications without requiring extensive hardware changes. And this capability is essential for maintaining the relevance and performance of ADAS features throughout the vehicle's life cycle. This is very important. So you extrapolate the vehicle's life cycle and ensure that throughout the vehicle life cycle, OTA updates are possible. Without modifying the entire vehicle infrastructure. Now, coming to the challenges in transition, the latent and network management. While zonal architecture offers numerous benefits, it introduces challenges such as potential increased latency due to reliance on the high-speed internet networks and need for robust quality of the service management to ensure real-time performance across the various applications. Okay, so across the various applications, the latency can be drastically reduced. Okay, so and moreover, it is relying on the high-speed Ethernet network, and this requires the need for robust quality of service management. Okay, now when it comes to integration of the advanced technologies, higher resolution sensor, the sensor is the most important component as far as this ADAS is concerned, and the transition necessitates the adoption of higher resolution sensors and more powerful system on chips to meet the increased data demands associated with advanced ADAS functionalities like autonomous driving. Now, as ADAS functionalities are moving towards autonomous driving, you require sensors with higher resolution, and higher resolution means more data payload, and more powerful system on chip. System on chip is nothing but an electronic control unit. Okay, so with the help of this zonal architecture, higher resolution data also can be easily processed. So in conclusion, the migration from domain architecture to zonal architecture represents a significant evolution in automotive design that enhances ADAS capabilities. It enhances the ADAS response time, it enhances the ADAS update capability, it enhances the ADAS sensors resolution capacity. All these capabilities it is enhancing through data management, scalability and integration of advanced technologies. While challenges remains in the terms of latency management and system, so there are definitely some challenges. It's not that this has solved every problem. A bit of problems are there in system integration, latency management, and the benefits of the reduced complexity, weight savings, support for continuous software updates position, and zonal architecture is pivotal development in future of automotive technology. Okay, so this definitely has a huge upside, but there are a couple of downsides also, there are a couple of flip sides also that needs to be addressed as soon as possible. Now we will see how does this zonal architecture impact the real-time performance of ADAS system. Okay, real-time performance means the lag between the actual external world scenario and the response of the ADAS should be as minimum as possible. We will see how this is going to be achieved with the help of zonal architecture. Now, zonal architecture, instead of using the conventional CAN system, it is using the high-speed Ethernet networks, and this zonal architecture employs high-speed Ethernet communication protocol such as time-sensitive networking, and this enables rapid data transmission between the sensors and controllers, which is essential for real-time applications like collision avoidance and adaptive cruise control. Okay, so this is the most important thing. Because of the help of high-speed Ethernets, rapid transmission between the sensors and the controllers is possible, and this facilitates the real-time applications like collision avoidance and adaptive cruise control, where real-time operation is of paramount importance. Now, coming to the reduced latency, by minimizing the number of hops data must take through the various ECUs, zonal architectures can have lower latency. Now, this is particularly important for safety critical functions that require immediate response times. Okay, this is the positive side. This is definitely reducing the wire length. Thereby, it is reducing the latency, and this facilitates the safety critical functions that require immediate response times. Okay, next comes the localized data processing. This is also called edge computing. So when it comes to localized data processing, each zonal gateway aggregates data from sensors within its respective zone before sending it to HPCU for processing. And this localized approach helps in managing data flow essentially and ensures timely responses to real-time events. Okay, this sentence, understand carefully, this localized approach helps in managing data flow efficiently. So efficient data flow, and it ensures timely response to real-time events. That is why the real-time performance is drastically enhanced. Now coming to the secure data transmission, the centralized control in zonal architecture allows for better management of cyber security protocols during data transmission. And this is critical for maintaining integrity of real-time operations in ADAS, where unauthorized access could lead to dangerous situations. And I already in the topic about the cyber attack or the cyber security, I emphasized the importance of ensuring unauthorized access, ensuring or preventing unauthorized access. Okay, sorry, not ensuring, preventing unauthorized access. Now, because the entry points are less in the zonal architecture, naturally there is that inherently provides a bit of security. Okay. Now, how does zonal architecture impact the integration of new ADAS features? The zonal architecture significantly impacts the integration of ADAS systems features by providing a more flexible and modular, efficient framework for vehicle electronics. Okay, now let's see further. First is modularity and flexibility. Okay, with the help of easier integration of features, this modular design of ADAS zonal architecture allows for independent development and integration of new features. And each zone is updated or modified without affecting the entire system, making it simpler to add or enhance ADAS functionalities as they evolve. Okay, so this is important. It is able to making it simpler to add or enhance, whether you want to add a new functionality or you want to enhance a given functionality which is already present in the vehicle. This modularity and flexibility is facilitating, is ensuring that adding becomes very easy. Now, when it comes to dynamic software configurations, the zonal architecture supports software defined vehicles, enabling features to evolve through software updates rather than being constrained by hardware limitations. Now, this adaptability is crucial for integrating new ADAS technologies that require rapid deployment and testing. All right. So when it comes to integration, there are technologies that require rapid deployment and testing. Okay, and it also enables features to evolve through software updates rather than being constrained by hardware limitations. Okay, so this is where AutoSAR plays a very important role. Okay, to understand this particular sentence properly, I request all of you to go through the session on AutoSAR. Now, when it comes to rollback capabilities, in case a update causes issues, zonal architecture allows easy rollbacks to previous software versions, ensuring that new feature can be tested thoroughly before full deployment, thus maintaining system reliability during transitions. Okay, because with the help of zonal architecture, this allows for easy rollbacks to previous software versions. So in case there is some problem with the update, with the help of the zonal architecture, going to the previous version is far easier. Okay, now coming to the challenges and considerations. While the zonal architecture presents numerous advantages for integrating new ADAS features, it also introduces challenges such as potential hidden complexity in software integration, and need for robust cyber security measures to protect against threats during the OTA updates. Now, this is a kind of a perpetual threat, especially during the OTA update, whether you are doing for ADAS or powertrain or chassis. Whenever you are doing an update for OTA, there is always a perpetual threat that there is some kind of cyber attack. So, for these reasons, OEMs must carefully plan their development process to ensure that these challenges are addressed effectively. To address this challenge effectively, the OEMs must carefully plan the development process. Okay, and I am sure everybody understood how this zonal architecture is affecting the ADAS features. You know how many ways ADAS features working is becoming enhanced and more efficient with the help of zonal architecture. Thank you.